Curtis Rhodes, aka Real Estate Rhodes. A little bit about me. I help people turn real estate into real strategy, whether that's buying their first home, selling for top dollar, or building long term wealth through investment properties. What I do goes beyond opening doors. I educate my clients, protect their money, and guide them through decisions that can literally change their future, especially for first time buyers and investors. My job is to make the process clear, simple, and stress free. I work with New Way Realty Partners, and my focus is helping people stop renting, start owning, and move with confidence in today's market. If you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing, or even if you just want answers, real answers, I'm your guy. So let's talk. But in the meantime, let's learn. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I just want to thank you for taking the time out to be here today, which must mean you must want to learn. So, if you're on this webinar right now, it's because you either already invest in real estate or you're serious about doing it the right way. Tonight, I'm going to walk you through the exact step by step process smart investors use to maximize profits on investment properties. No theories, no hype, but a reputable system that works in any market cycle. Now, here's something that most people don't realize. Most investors don't lose money because of the market. They lose money because they buy the wrong deal, run the bad numbers, or manage it the wrong way. Well, by the end of this webinar, you will understand where profit is really created, how to avoid most common investor mistakes, and how to scale safely and intentionally. Now, tonight is about building wealth with control, not gambling on appreciation. So, with that being said, here's what we're going to cover today. First, we'll talk about why clarity is the foundation of profit. Then, we'll break down how investors choose markets and analyze deals. And after that, I'm going to walk you through acquisition, financing, and negotiation. Then, I'll show you how investors force appreciation instead of waiting for it. We'll cover operations, protection, and taxes. And finally, we'll talk about exit strategies because smart investors plan their exit before they ever buy. Now, this is a 7 phase investor system. And once you understand it, you'll never look at deals the same way again. Okay? Now, going to go through phase 1 strategy and goals. Okay? Phase 1 strategy. Let's start with strategy and goal setting. Okay? This is where most investors skip ahead. And that's exactly why they struggle. Before you ever look at a property, you need to answer one simple question. What do I want this investment to do for me? Because not every property should do everything. Okay? Define your investment goal. There are 4 primary investor goals. Some investors want cash flow, monthly income that pays bills or replaces a check. Others, they want appreciation, long-term growth, and equity. Some want equity capture, where you buy below value and force appreciation. And others, they just want tax advantages, keeping more of what they earn. The mistake is trying to chase all 4 at once. That's a no-no. Clarity here protects your money later. Well, you must choose one primary investment model. Buy and hold, short-term rentals, BRR and RR, fix and flip, house hacking, and small multi-families. Each one has a different risk, timeline, and management demands. When investors mix strategies too early, they dilute returns and increase mistakes. Focus creates momentum. Build your buy box. Now, you build what investors call a buy box. This is your filter. Your buy box includes price range, property type, minimum cash flow, target return, and neighborhood quality. If a deal doesn't fit the buy box, you don't rationalize it, you pass. Discipline is a profit strategy. Remember that. Now we're going to move to phase two. Phase two, which happens to be market and deal analysis. Phase two is where profit is either locked in or destroyed. Here's the truth every experienced investor knows. You make money when you buy, not when you sell. Choose investor-friendly markets. Smart investors follow fundamentals, not headlines. They look for growth in jobs, population growth, infrastructure investment, rent demand, and landlord-friendly laws. A good property in the bad market is still a bad investment. Now you want source discounted deals. Most investors rely on the MLS, but the best deals often come from off-market opportunities, wholesalers, pre-foreclosures, estate sales, and direct outreach. Now remember, retail prices equal retail returns. Run conservative numbers. That's important. So now we're going to talk numbers because this is where emotions kill deals. Smart investors stress test everything. They assume vacancies will happen, repairs will be higher, taxes and insurance will increase, management will cost money. If a deal only works in a perfect world, it doesn't work at all. Next, we're going to move to phase three, acquisition and financing. Acquisition. Phase three, well, this is where investors separate good debt from dangerous debt. Strategic financing. Leverage is powerful, but only when used responsibly. Smart investors use conventional loans, DSCR loans, FHA or VA for house hacking, seller financing, private money. The goal isn't to avoid debt. The goal is to control risk while maximizing return. Negotiation. Negotiation is not just about price. It's about seller concessions, repair, repair credits, closing costs, flexible terms. Every dollar saved at purchase is a dollar that compounds forever. Now, we're going to talk about phase four, value creation. Now, this is where investors truly separate themselves. Smart investors don't wait on appreciation. They manufacture it. We're going to talk about forced appreciation. Forced appreciation. You increase value by increasing net operating income. Now, that can mean renovations that justify higher rent, adding bedrooms or bathrooms, reducing expenses, and improving management. Value is math, not magic. Income optimization. Profit isn't just rent, it's pet fees, parking storage, furnished rentals, utility bill backs. Small adjustments, they add up to massive long term returns. Now we're going to slide into phase five, operations and protection. Operations. Here's something most people don't like to hear: bad management can destroy a great deal. Systems and management, whether you self manage or outsource, you need systems. Automated rent collections, strong tenant screening, preventative maintenance. Consistency protects cash flow. Asset protection. Small investors protect what they build. Now that just means they have proper insurance, legal structures, and cash reserves. Protection is a part of profit. Now let's get into phase six, tax strategy and scale. Now, this phase is where investors truly get ahead. Tax advantages. Depreciation alone can dramatically reduce taxable income. Cost segregation accelerates it. 1031 exchanges defer capital gains. It's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. Capital recycling. Smart investors reuse capital. They refinance. They pull equity. They redeploy funds. This is how portfolios grow without selling everything. Phase 7, exit strategy. Now, your exit strategy. The best investors plan their exit before they ever buy. That's right. Exit options. You can you can hold long term. You can refinance and keep cash flow. You can sell and reposition. You can even 1031 into larger assets. The key is choice. Now, I got a few options for you, okay? But before I get to those, if you take one thing from the night, it'll be this: real estate investing isn't about luck, it's about process. If you want help applying this system to your goals, your market, or your next deal, I'd love to help. Now, you can book a strategy call, submit a deal for analysis, or join my investors list. But either way it goes, I want to thank you for your time. And I will see you on the next deal. But in the meantime, remember, pass the ball to Chris, because he won't miss.